Have you ever played a game that once you start playing it, everything seems to all click? Maybe it's with a series that so many people love and maybe you haven't gotten in the past, and then you start playing a new release maybe, and it all just comes together. That's me with Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, and I started playing this game. I played the demo, I'm playing the full release, and really I'm having an I get it now moment with this game. And maybe you would too. So let's get into that. But before we do, welcome to my channel. I'm Dustin. Nice to have you here. And if you enjoy the channel, maybe you've seen another video or maybe you watch this one, hit me with a subscription. I would really appreciate it. We're already past the 10,000 subscriber goal. So thank you so much for that. And one other thing is that I did not get this game early. I tried, didn't work out. I wanted to do a review, so we're doing this video. But these thoughts are from a game that I paid for with my own money. Not that there's any problem with getting a game early, but I just want to give you guys the full disclosure. Let's get into it. Dragon Quest has been an interesting series for me because it always felt like something that would so deeply appeal to my interests, but something that I've never really gotten into. And I've tried here and there. I played the original release of Dragon Quest XI on PlayStation 4, and I think I probably at least put a dozen or so hours into that game, but I ended up falling off of it. I don't know if there was like another release and then I ended up not going back to it. And it wasn't anything that I disliked about that game. In fact, I can't really say anything bad about it. I really liked what I played of it, but it didn't really hook me the way I thought it would. But something drastically changed between now and when I played Dragon Quest XI, and that's my wife Holly, who got in playing Dragon Quest XI S and just absolutely fell in love with it, spent over 100 hours playing it, and now considers herself a huge Dragon Quest fan. And so Dragon Quest since then has just become more and more part of my life. So when there was the surprise announcement of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, I thought, this is it. This is my time, a new fresh game that I can really dive into, and dive into I have. Immediately, the thing that strikes me about this game that I absolutely love is the art direction is so good. It has this diorama style look to it, and also these doll looking characters. And I think I can understand that the characters to some degree might be a little off-putting to people at first. I know for me, there was a big joke on Sacred Streaming about when I said that the this character here, Kiefer, looked like Matt Damon from Team America World Police.
It's a point for everybody.
Matt Damon.
We made a promise to solve
I know. It's oh my God.
And so I can see that. I made the joke, but since I started the game, though, I've just started to really love not only him as a character, but the way the characters look overall. It has this beautiful, whimsical, almost storybook-like quality to it. And that applies to the story also. And some of you are going to roll your eyes when I say this. I feel like I end up saying that a lot, but hear me out. Hear me out, boys. What this game's story reminds me of the most is One Piece. And it's not necessarily that it's about pirates or a government conspiracy or crazy powers or anything like that. It's about you going and visiting these islands and having these independent adventures that all sum together into something much greater. But before I get too much into the story, the aesthetics, as I was saying, are just absolutely awesome. I love the blue ocean, the green grass, all these crazy characters and monsters. The diorama top-down perspective, it's really, really awesome. But getting into the main gameplay of the game, as you probably know, Dragon Quest is a hardcore, traditional JRPG. And I don't want to necessarily say it's a hardcore RPG with like millions of stats. I mean hardcore in that it is very dedicated to being a traditional JRPG. And I think when I played Dragon Quest XI, I don't know if I wasn't in the right mood or maybe my tastes have changed since then, but I think that was partially what pushed me away. But interestingly, with Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, this is what's really pulling me into the game. I've heard it said before that Dragon Quest VII for people in Japan is kind of like a bedtime story. You play a little bit each night. And that's exactly how I'm feeling about this game. It's just that it's not too crazy intense, and the story, at least so far, though there are some
interesting twists and turns that I recently experienced, is just a really nice, lighthearted adventure and some nice, I don't want to call the gameplay simple, but it's not like I'm gripping my controller with tension the entire time when I'm playing. Everyone has a different definition of what a cozy game is, but for me, right now, playing this in, 13, sometimes less degree weather outside, being cozy inside, this is a cozy ass game. One thing going into the combat as well is that I thought that because this is an older Dragon Quest game, even though it's the 7th one, but originally released back on the PlayStation 1, that I would want to use the ability to speed up combat. And that's there for you if you want it. There's also auto battle and, all the modern sensibilities. Interestingly enough, when I'm playing this, I have not sped up the battles or really used auto battle nearly at all. I did, I think, once or twice just to quickly get through somewhere, but the standard pace of the battles is perfect in my opinion. Honestly, when I did try out the sped up battles, it felt too quick, like I was missing out on something. I've been playing the game on normal, haven't messed with the difficulty settings at all. My impression so far is that it is maybe tuned a little bit on the easy side, and I don't know if that's just because I've been doing a sufficient amount of grinding as I'm playing, but so far I maybe have died once. And so I'm not going to knock the game for that because there are tons of options in terms of how you want to manage your difficulty. And so if I wanted it to be a little bit harder, I could. If you need it to be a little bit easier, you can do that too. You can change also whether you heal between each battle automatically. You can change how much experience you get. But so far, the normal difficulty, a hair easy, but it feels good. As I said earlier, this is a cozy experience for me. So I really don't have any problem with kind of just going through. It's not that I don't have to think at all when I'm playing. I'm definitely still have to strategize, use the different moves properly, but I haven't been man, I'm stuck at this part. It's been pretty easy going, but like I said, in a nice way. And if I wanted, I could change it. I think the other reason why I'm liking it a lot is that I've played so many RPGs that are so insanely stat heavy, whether when you level up, you need to really lock in and dial in your character and all the different loot and stuff like that. And this game really is dialed back, being so traditional. Basically, you level up, you get stronger, you can choose some weapons, you can choose some armor. And of course, there's a job system, though weirdly, it takes quite a bit of the game till you get to that. I think I just recently have started to get into some of the job system stuff, which feels perfect to me because it has been slowly layering on more aspects as you go, which in some ways I think might make this a perfect starter JRPG. Getting back to the story has just been so fun and whimsical so far. You, the main character, which you can name or whatever. Sometimes I think people just name him Hero or whatever. You and a prince are going on an adventure through time, through these various islands where, as I said earlier, you're solving various problems that the people have and slowly figuring out how all of these islands connect back to what's going on in your time. And I got to shout out my boy Kiefer once again. I think he's really interesting just in that he is a prince. He's noble, but his best friend is the son of a fisherman. And while Kiefer has this, very posh accent, he doesn't act like that at all. And I think that's a really neat, interesting angle for him, that he's like this kind of prim and proper prince, but he wants to hang out with his bro and go on adventures. And I should mention right now too, this game does have voice acting. It's not fully voice acted. It's half and half. I would say there's certain parts where you still need to read, but the voice acting that's there is really, really good. I have no complaints about the voice acting. And normally I do when I play a JRPG that has both, Japanese or English. Oftentimes I will play dubbed or not dubbed, subbed. I'll play subbed with, Japanese voices and English subtitles. But in this case, I gave the translation a shot, and it's been really good. So you don't even worry about that either. And I guess a few other housekeeping details about it. I have been playing on PlayStation 5 Pro, and it's looked excellent with 0 frame drops, 60 FPS. My wife Holly's playing on Switch 2. We plugged that in the TV just because I wanted to see how it looked, and maybe it wasn't quite as sharp, but if you're playing on Switch, that's something that's not going to bother you. And I wouldn't even say it looked stinky or anything like that. It really still looked really good. So I think the thing I'm most curious about going forward in this game is that the original Dragon Quest VII is notoriously very, very long, very, very bloated. And so this isn't the first time they remade it either, because it was remade for the 3DS. Some of it was cut back there. And now we have this version, which is even more cut back. And so maybe if I played one of those other versions, I would have some more complaints about what is or isn't cut. But I'm just getting the experience that, is made for us here. And I haven't noticed anything that feels drastically cut out. In fact, so far, the pacing of the game has been very good. And you'll have to let me know if you've played the original and you're playing this down below. What do you think about these changes? But so far, it seems like these changes for a more modernized Dragon Quest experience have really been the right ones. And I don't think, from my understanding, the game is like too short or anything like that. It is a lot shorter, but I'm guessing it was the right move for this. And who knows, as I said earlier, I haven't fully beaten this game. In fact, I don't even know if I'm halfway through or a third of the way through or anything like that, but maybe it will start to still feel bloated as I play. But the main point, though, I really want to just make with this video is how much I'm enjoying my first weekend with this game and how it's really changed my perspective on, a absolutely legendary series that is Dragon Quest. And maybe you're like me, where you've tried a Dragon Quest game before, or maybe you just don't know about a traditional JRPG like this. And as I said earlier, I think this could be a fantastic place to start. So if you're interested, check it out. There is a very extensive demo. If you like the demo, you're going to like what, at least so far, what I've played of the rest of the game is just more of that and continually evolving and adding new things. So that's about it for this video. Let me know down below what you think about Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, whether you're playing it, whether you're interested in it, or if you have questions, I can try to answer them the best that I can. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.